Hey, yo, what up? How you guys doing out there today? Hey, this is your boy Roto Beast, and I'm here to present you my MLB picks for Friday, March 30th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our MLB, NBA, and NFL videos. And if you want to play the actual lineups that we're playing every single night, visit our website at www.rotobeast.net. So, hey, today was opening day. It was a fun day. We still got games to go. I'm doing this video early, I understand. But, hey, we had Giancarlo Stanton win off, 53 fantasy points. Honestly, we're looking good. Looking like we're going to cash tonight. First day of MLB, 1 for 1. I'm trying to tell you guys, we're going to get this money. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to extend my $150 MLB pre-order special, not with NBA, just MLB pre-order special in general. I'm going to extend it until Monday, okay? Until I'm going out of town, so I'm going to extend it until Monday morning. I'm taking it off. It's going back up to $250 regular price. So make sure and take advantage. I'm telling you, I'm going to kill this MLB season. 8 months of MLB for $150 comes out to less than $1 a day. To join the money team, win consistently. Everybody always tells me, oh, I win 1 every 5 or 6 days. Well, guess what? 1 every 5 or 6 days, that's not profitable. You join the money team, you're going to win 4 out of 7 days every single week. That's our goal, and we usually accomplish our goal. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is DFS. We occasionally do have, bad weeks. It happens. But you know what? We are very consistent. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check any of our results for any sports, baseball, basketball, football, and you're going to be like, okay, I know what he's talking about. So, yeah, hey, enough with that. Make sure, take advantage. I extended it a little bit longer. Let's jump into this slate. So we got a 9-game slate. For it being a 9-game slate, it's a decent slate. There's a couple teams I'm really liking. I'm going to target. And, there's some ugly spots. There's some pitchers. There's some solid pitchers that we have to stay away from. So, it makes the field smaller of guys that we can actually target hitting-wise. But, hey, we'll do our best, and, that's all we could do. Like I was telling you guys yesterday, it's early in the season, so, you got to bet light right now. You got to let teams get into rotations, see what players progressed, what players regressed, how they're going to, kind of trends of how they're going to, start off this season, and then we can really crank it up, all right? But yeah, hey, I'm sorry I keep talking. Hey, I'm excited for MLB. I can't wait for this season. Today's just the first day. It's just a little taste, and I'm ready to go. So, before we get started, hey, if you don't mind, drop a like on this video. I know it's going to help you a lot, help you guys out a lot, and it helps me a lot when you drop a like. I really appreciate it. It literally takes 5 seconds to do it. So definitely help your boy out. And let's jump into this slate. So, we'll start with New York at Toronto. This game has a 9 implied total. New York is favored by 1 run. Next, we got Chicago going into Miami. This game has an 8.5 implied total. Cubs are favored by 2. Then you got Boston at Toronto. This game, Boston at Tampa Bay. This game has a 7.5 implied total, and Boston's favored by 1.5. Then you got Philadelphia going into Atlanta. This game has a 9 total. This game's actually even. The line is actually even. Vegas doesn't really know which way it's going to go yet. Then we got Houston going into Texas to face the Rangers. This game has a 9.5 implied total. Houston's favored by 2. Then you got Colorado going into Arizona. This game has an 8.5 implied total. Arizona's favored by 1. Then we got the Angels going into Oakland to face the A's. You got Milwaukee and San Diego. Milwaukee going into San Diego to face the Padres. These 2 games, we actually don't have a line yet. So we got to kind of wait for the news tomorrow. And then lastly, we got San Francisco Giants going in to L.A. They're on a series to start the season. This game has a 7 implied total. And the Dodgers are favored by 1.5. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the games. Gotta wait for a little bit of news tomorrow, but not too much. We pretty much know what's set already. I definitely like some teams that I'm particularly going to be targeting that I'm liking. I like the Cubs. I like the Yankees. I'm actually liking the A's a lot. The San Diego Padres, and then on the other side, the Milwaukee Brewers. So let's just jump into it. We'll get started with the pitchers first. Robbie Ray, strikeout monster. Averaged 41 fantasy points last season. I mean, the price tag is there, but it's still fair. This guy, I mean, he has a chance to be an ace this year. The problem is it's not the best matchup going against Colorado, who they're a pretty stacked lineup themselves. Plus, is that it's in Arizona at Hitters Park, so that's the problem. But Robbie Ray, talent-wise, I mean, he's one of the top pitchers on the slate. Then we got David Price going against Tampa Bay. I mean, we seen Seld absolutely dominate them today. I mean, I think you can expect pretty much the same tomorrow from David Price. He's 1,000 less than Robbie Ray. Very fair price, so I am really liking him a lot as well. 100 less, a little bit more of a GPP play, but you got Alex Wood coming off one of the best seasons of his career. He pitched very well last year, going against the San Francisco Giants team in Dodger Stadium, which is more of a pitcher's park. So I think Alex Wood is in play. And if you want to go a little bit more GPP on the lower end, we'll look at a guy like Pivetta. I mean, he pitched very well to end the season last year. He had 4 straight games of 40 fantasy points or more. Solid outings. He has strikeout upside. Going into this year, going against Atlanta, who's they're a decent team, but they're not they're not that good of a hitting team, to be honest with you. I think he's a solid GPP play. And then you got Tyler Anderson. This guy, I mean, he always just pitched well, but the problem with him is that he pitches in Colorado, and that kind of hurt him. But I mean, he's in Arizona, still a Hitter's Park, but this guy's a good pitcher. I like him. He's a fair price tag. I mean, you can't expect, a monster game for him, but at this price, you just need him to hit value, load up on some bats, and you'll be good. So, yeah, I like Pivetta, and I like Anderson on the lower end for GPP plays. We'll get started at the catcher and first base position. One thing I will know, I like this catcher and first base thing. It's cool. But I have to get used to it, to be honest with you, fantasy-wise. I mean, because, there's usually catchers I really like, and then usually first basemen I like. So, out of this catchers and first basemen list, there's probably about 10 people I'm actually liking. But I'm not trying to give you guys 10 people to choose from, because that doesn't help you. I'm trying to give you at least 5, 6 people and narrow it down for you. So, like I said, give me a little break on this catcher, first baseman. I'm adjusting. I'm trying to weed out the season goes on a little bit, we'll start weeding out people that we can't target, etc. But second day into it, give me a little bit of break. But first, I'm going to start with Anthony Rizzo. I mean, today was opening day. The Cubs went off. He only had 1 hit, but guess what? It was a homer. He scored a run. Hey, 25 fantasy points, you'll take that at this price tag. Once again, I really like the Cubs tomorrow going against this guy, Caleb Smith. I mean, this guy, he's a left-hander. He's not very good. 7.71 ERA. So, yeah, I mean, I like the Cubs a lot. Wilson Contreras, 3,300. This guy didn't have a special day today, but guess what? He's hitting cleanup. He had a double in RBI. Still got you 9.5, pretty close to value. So I like him. We'll look at a guy like Matt Olson. He had a homer today. I mean, this guy came on last year big time. He was smashing balls at the end of the season. He had a crazy streak of like 18 games and 20 homers or something like that. Like, this guy has massive power. It's very positive that he got a home run today. So I do like him. Tomorrow I'm going to go right back to the well. You got Ryan Braun. I mean, Ryan Braun is just too cheap. 3,000. I mean, show the guy respect. I understand he only got 3 today, but this guy has upside. We know Ryan Braun is a baller. Very fair price. Going against a lefty I've never even heard of. I'm really, really liking Ryan Braun. Then we're going to go down a little bit. I mean, you could catcher-wise, you can look at Gattis. He's going to be more the DH. This guy has upside. He's a very fair price tag. He just got a walk today, 3 fantasy points. I understand. But like I said, I mean, he has upside. They're going to be in Texas, which is a hitting park for the most part. So I think you could look at Gattis. Then we're going to look at Pujols. I mentioned Pujols to you guys yesterday, and I hope people didn't laugh at me. I hope people listened. I mean, 2,500 is too fucking cheap for this guy. Going against a left-handed pitcher, he hit a jack today. 2 hits. 22 fantasy points pretty much. If you played this guy, he crushed value. Hope you listened to me last night. I don't say these guys just pulling the name out of a hat. Hey, I say him for a reason. I'm going to go right back to the well. I think Pujols is in a solid spot. Second base, Altuve. I mean, a lot of Houston guys had very good games today. He had an okay game. You know, he had a walk, scored, had an RBI, sac fly, but he didn't have that good of a game. This guy, I mean, AL MVP last year, 3 batting titles in like 5 years or something like that. This guy's a hitter. We know we can depend on him to hit. He's definitely going to get going. I mean, like I said, this is 1 game into the season. I'm going to go right back to the well tomorrow. Then we'll look at a guy like Kinsler. He's day-to-day. You know, he's expected to play tomorrow. The guy's going to lead off. I mean, very fair price tag. He has stolen base upside, plus he has home run upside. I think Kinsler's a solid play. I played him on DK today, and hey, you know, I can't be mad. He only had 1 hit, but it was a homer. Hey, 19 fantasy points. I think you could go right back to the well. He's going to bat at the top of the lineup. Hernandez, power, speed. Had a home run today. He steals bases all the time. These are the kind of guys that you want to target. Guys that can hit home runs and steal bases. That's what you want. So I like both of those guys. Then we're going to go down a little bit, get you a little bit of value plays. Jed Lowrie. He didn't do nothing special today, but he got you 2 hits. I mean, it's only 6 points. I understand. What if those hits were doubles? Had a home run. Had an RBI. I mean, 2 for 5. You can't be mad at a guy for batting 400 the first day. Even though it was nothing spectacular, he's still seeing the ball well. One more guy I'm going to look at on the really, really cheap end, kind of get you some value in there, is going to be this guy, Asui. I'm going to tell you right now, I like a lot of the Padres hitters tomorrow going against Chasen. Chasen's not a very good pitcher, in my opinion. This guy, I mean, he played solid today. I mean, he only got you 6 points, I understand, but he got you a walk and a hit. So he got on base 2 out of 4 times. You can't be mad at that. You know, you got definitely like that. Absolutely minimum price. This guy's fast. He definitely has stolen base upside as well. So I think that you can look at him for value. Now we'll go to third base. Chris Bryant. He didn't have no special day today, but he had a solid day. Got you a double, got you a walk, scored a couple runs, 15 fantasy points. That's not bad at all. You know, I played a lot of him today, and I definitely, you know, I'm going to go right back to the well tomorrow. You can look at Arenado. I love Arenado. At Arizona, a hitter's park. The problem is he's going against Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray's a really good pitcher, don't get me wrong, but Arenado hits lefties really good. So something has to give. Either he's going to have a horrible day, and Robbie Ray's going to do good, or Robbie Ray's going to get hit, and Arenado's going to hit a bomb. One's going to go one way. I definitely think you can look at him. I think he's a little bit more of a GPP play, though. Then we're going to look at a guy like Cozart. Batting leadoff for the Angels today. 28 fantasy points. We're not chasing it. Well, this guy, we know this guy's a good hitter. We know that. He was 3 for 6 today. So even if you take the home run away, he still hit a double, still got another hit, seeing the ball well. It's early in the season, so we got to kind of just go with whatever trends that we got. And I think that, you know, Cozart, he's, for his career, you know, he's hit lefties better. So, yeah, no, I think that he's a good play. Adrian Beltre, another guy. He's going against a tough pitcher. There are some good pitchers on this slate. But Dallas Keuchel, a left-handed pitcher, you know, thing about it is Adrian Beltre, he's made a career of crushing left-handers. Today, what did he do today? Let's see. He only had 6 points. He only had 2 hits, but he went 2 for 4. You can't be mad at the guy for that. If there was people on base, you know, or he hit a double or something, he would have definitely hit value. So I think, you know, you could go right back to the well. And then on the cheaper end, we're going to look at a couple guys. You got Chase Headley. I mean, hey, Chase Headley's cheap. You know, today he went 0 for 4 with the walk, but I'm liking the Padres tomorrow a lot going against Chasen. He's a switch hitter. For the cheap, I like him. One more guy on the cheap that I'm going to look at this position is going to be, where's he at? Let me find him. Valbuena. This guy can have 2 home runs any single night if he gets a hold of the ball. That's what he does. I mean, I mentioned him last night on the cheaper end, and I understand he didn't do well. 0 for 5. It happens. It's baseball. Baseball, you get a lot less opportunities than you do in other sports when it comes fantasy-wise. But, I definitely think that you can go back to the well for the cheap end. I probably would prefer Headley over him, though, to be completely honest. Shortstop, we'll start out with Carlos Correa. Like I said, I like Houston. I think Houston can have another solid day. Going against Doug Fister, had a 5 earned run average last season. I mean, today he didn't have a spectacular day, but he got on base 2 out of 4 times. Got a double, got a walk. RBI double. I like him. I definitely think he's a solid play. You can look at Gregorius. I like the Yankees a lot tomorrow going against Aaron Sanchez. Aaron Sanchez is a decent pitcher, but you know what? He's a young guy. He hasn't pitched very much, in the past 2 years. I definitely, Gregorius had an off day today. He's a really good hitter. We've seen what he did last season. He's going to have a really good game soon, and I think that could be tomorrow. Then you got Bogaerts, very fair price, going against Tampa Bay, going against a lefty and Blake Snell. Today, 3 hits and 4 at-bats, 2 doubles, 2 runs, 21 fantasy points. This guy's a hitter. Very fair price tag. I think a really good cash game play. I like Bogaerts. Then we're going to look at Simeon. I like the A's a lot too. I talked about Olsen at first base. I talked about Lowrie. I'm going to talk a little bit about Simeon. I like him. I like the A's tomorrow going against Skaggs. He had 3 hits and 5 at-bats. He had the RBI game-winning hit. 22 fantasy points at a very fair price tag. I like him tomorrow. And then lastly, on the cheaper end, we'll look at Galvez. Like I said, I like the Padres going against Chasing. Today, nothing special. Got you 2 for 4, 13 fantasy points. And he got a walk too. So he was 2 for 4 with a walk. So actually 3 for 5 if you really want to count the walk as getting on base. Solid lower end play. Outfield, Mike Trout. Everybody's going to be pissed that today, they paid a lot for him, and he went 0 for 6. But guess what? Mike Trout is the best player in baseball. If you didn't know that, you probably shouldn't even be playing daily fantasy sports. Mike Trout's Mike Trout. He hits home runs. He steals bases. He does everything. I'm going to just not even look at this game. Going to go right back to the well, going against a lefty. I'm liking Trout tomorrow. A guy that I played in every single lineup. He's going to help us cash tonight. I told you guys in the beginning of the video. Stanton. I love this dude. He was in Fanduel, DraftKings, all my GPP lineups. And guess what he did? Boom! 54 fantasy points, baby. He's bringing us to that money. Hey, I'm going to go right back to the well tomorrow. I'm not chasing this 54 fantasy points. That's not what I'm chasing. It's a great matchup. Obviously, he's feeling it if he had 3 hits and 5 at-bats, a double, and 2 home runs. Hey, I like him. I really like Stanton a lot. JD Martinez going against Tampa Bay. Nothing special today, but we know this guy's upside. He has, 3 home run upside, any single night. So I like JD Martinez. You love him also. He's going to be going against a lefty. He's had better numbers in his career against a lefty. JD Martinez, a solid play. Go look at Judge. Me personally, I'm going to find 400 more to go with Stanton over Judge. But if you want to get lower ownership, you could go with Judge. He has the same home run upside that Stanton does in all reality. He still got you 15.2 fantasy points today, which wasn't bad. We can't say, oh, he had a horrible game because, he still got 15.2. But, like I said, Stanton a little bit more cash game for me. Judge a little bit more GPP, but both of them have massive upside. We've seen, Stanton's upside today alone. And then before I'm going to go with, let me find this guy real quick. Rizzo Cain. I like him. I do like the Milwaukee Brewers going against this no-name guy. I like him. I like Brewer. I like Cain. I think both of them are solid. Today, nothing special. He had 3 hits out of 5 at bats, 3 for 5, batting .600, and a stolen base. This guy has stolen base upside plus power upside. So I think he's a great play. He's underpriced right now. And lastly, I'm going to mention these 3 guys together. To be honest with you, just because you kind of figure out which one you like and see what price fits best. You can look at Will Myers for the Padres, okay? If you got the money. I mean, Will Myers, we know what what Will Myers does. He was an all-star last year. This guy's good. He had a bad day today. You go right back to the well. He's too cheap right now. Hey, he has double dong upside, plus he has stolen base upside as well. So you can look at him for the Padres. You can look at Margot for the Padres, only 2,400. He's gonna probably bat. This guy bats leadoff. So you gotta look at him. And then one more Padre you got to look at is, let me find him. Where is he at? Sorry. There's shitload of outfielders. Hey, let me just put this in for you real quick. Hold on. Let me just put this in. I really like this guy as well. Right here, 2,100. I knew he was down there. But this guy, stolen base upside, plus he has, not double dong upside, but he has home run upside. He got 6 today, nothing special, but I'm really liking the Padres going against Chasin tomorrow. I think they're in a great spot. So I would consider all 3 of those Padres outfielders. Pick one of them, whatever one you trust more, and kind of just move about your business. So yeah, hey, that's kind of where I'm at with this video. I mean, for it being a 9-game slate, there was only a little bit of spots I actually really liked. But also, too, it's early in the season, so we got to kind of be careful. Like I said, make sure and stick to the betting strategy. Don't go crazy. As we get more deeper in the season, things will get better. I think last year, we kind of went through the first month. It kind of went rocky for us. But then guess what? We went on a 21-day win streak. Yes, last MLB season, we went on a 21-day win streak. That's 3 weeks. Hey, we take care of business. I'm telling you, if you haven't already, go to our website, jump on the package. The package is still live. $150 for the whole entire season. Go until Monday morning. It's done. So, yeah. Hey, drop a like for me. Let me go ahead and get in these core plays real quick. So, first, we're going to start at pitcher. This was a tough one for me, but I was going back and forth. It's either Robbie Ray or David Price. I really, really like both of them, to be absolutely honest with you. So I'm going to wait a second on that. I'm going to fill out my other positions. I'm going to come back to the pitchers, okay? So at the catcher, first baseman, I just got to go with Ryan Braun. This guy's just too cheap. That's honestly, he's too cheap for me. Second baseman, I'm going to go with Lowrie. Lowrie's too cheap. We got to get that good value in there. We definitely got to get the value in there. The guy's a really good hitter. He's batting number 3 in the lineup. And then we're going to go at third base. We're going to go with Zack Cozart. Leading off, fair price tag. At shortstop, I'm going to go with the guy like Bogaerts. Outfield, we're going to go with my boy Stanton. I can't go too far away from the well. Okay? Pitcher, I'm going to go to David Price. I think this is a very, 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 very good core. You have $3,300 to get pretty much whatever players you want. 2 outfielders in a utility. You can get some really good players with that kind of money. So, hey, I think this is a solid core. Don't deviate too much away from it, in my opinion. If I have any updates, I'll definitely post in the comment section tomorrow. If you want to discuss somebody that I missed, I'm human. I miss people. If I miss somebody that you think's a really good play, hey, hit me with a comment below. We'll talk about it. No problem at all. I love discussing fantasy. This is what I do for a living. So, yeah, hey, make sure you drop the like. Make sure that you're subscribed. Let's get this damn money, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.